Yeah.
La 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 la.
Doo-doo-doo.
Hi, I'm Kendall,
Hi, I'm Riley.
and this is not
Not
that serious.
serious.
Sorry, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I'm already ready to be done, I guess.
It's like raining. It's thundering.
Yeah, if y'all hear
It's
thunder,
like
I'm sorry.
Cozy weather. There's literally a candle downstairs.
There's literally a candle.
I was like, oh my goodness, what if it catches on fire?
No.
We're fine though. We're just hanging
not
out.
now. Yeah.
I'm ready to have dinner.
Ooh, what are you gonna eat for dinner?
I don't know. What are you gonna eat?
Probably my salmon and my green beans and stuff.
So yummy.
Yeah. What are you gonna eat?
Well, I haven't gotten that far. Don't know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well.
Hello
everybody.
Hi.
Welcome
How
back
are
to
you?
the show. So what's funny about this episode is we're filming on a Thursday.
Ooh.
And
Is that like different?
Not really, no. Like I'm usually filming last minute, uploading last minute, doing everything last minute for this damn show.
No, you're not. Keep up the illusion. She banks out all of her content years in advance.
I do. That's also why we missed last week's episode. So yeah, last week we were supposed to have an episode that didn't happen, obviously. And then this week that was supposed to be last week's episode. And then I went to go try and edit the episode and the footage was gone. So Riley's here.
Hey.
Yeah. So we're going to do an episode because I was thinking what would be like a fun, quick, like last minute, not as well thought out, don't need submissions because I do.
And I was her first call for a guest. She's like, what is not thought out, not important, quick, nasty, no one's going to really enjoy to listen to, lackluster. And she was like, Riley.
I actually would argue that the thought process was like, what's going to be super quick, guaranteed entertainment, guaranteed fun that everyone's going to want to listen to and I don't need submissions for, but it's going to be pure entertainment. Riley. So yeah. There you go.
Now, why did a red line just pop up on your camera screen? Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, that just does that.
Right. Okay. Just the way that with what happened last week, I'm just trying to protect you.
No drama. No drama.
No drama.
I hope y'all can hear.
Amen. God is a woman.
What if all the lights go out?
The
camera would turn off too.
Okay. Very important thing before we get into the topic. In like elementary, middle, occasionally high school, when the lights went out at school, there was like a storm or something. Were you ever the child that screamed?
No,
I wasn't either.
I was not screaming. But
Ever.
I think I'm more nervous that like if the power goes out in the middle of recording this, I hope that it saves this footage.
Does it not record if it's not plugged into the wall? Oh. Well, I guess we're gonna if that happens, honestly, y'all are gonna have to like. It's gonna be real bad for Kendall.
It's gonna be really bad for me. It's gonna be really bad.
And by proxy, really bad for me.
Yeah, no, literally, because Riley has to deal with it. So anyway, today we're gonna talk about well, I was thinking about a topic. This is where I was starting. Thinking about a topic, what was gonna be fun, easy, and like guaranteed entertainment. And then I thought about how me and Riley have one thing in common. We have a lot of things in common, but one thing's for sure that we have in common. We don't want children.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
We don't want kids.
It aggravates our mothers.
Yeah, it really does. My mom has on multiple occasions told me that she's had to quote unquote come to terms with it, even though she has definitely not come to terms with it. I think there's definitely a part of her that still thinks for some odd reason I'm going to just get knocked up and bring her a grand. Every time I call her and I'm like, Mom, guess what? She'd be like, you're pregnant. I'm like, whoa.
Well, here's the thing. I can't get knocked up, so I'm safe on that front.
Lucky you.
Right.
Yeah, no, lucky you. Every single month I get nervous and I'm pregnant. And even if I haven't had sex, I'm like, I'm scared. Deeply afraid.
Me too, all the time.
So anyway, we decided that we were going to do a theme that was like, fuck them kids centric.
Nothing
against children. Children are cool.
We were all kids once. Yeah. We all do it.
We just
it's
don't
unavoidable. I am not meant to be a parent, and neither is Kendall.
Bingo.
Together, separate in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Like
together, separate.
Literally, we're not meant to be children. Literally, us. Like basically.
No kids. So I mean, this
would
is just
love to be an uncle or like a godparent.
I would do that.
Like, I'll fuck up. Like that'll be fun. Like that'll be fun.
For the rest of my life, I was gonna be like the rich, cool auntie. But that was about where I drew the line at my life experience with children. So with that being said, we wanted to give y'all some free birth control, and we just wanted to giggle about the fun things that kids do that ruin everything. Shout out to Ashlyn for sourcing these stories from Reddit.
Thank you, Ashlyn.
Thank you, resident producer of Not That Serious, Ashlyn. Before we get into that though, question of the week. What was your sweet and sour?
Okay. I was thinking about this because Kendall was like, "Oh, get your sweet and sour ready," and I was like, "No! Oh my god! Oh my god!" I was like, "I don't have enough time."
Literally screamed.
Because I feel like so many people always have such good sweet and sours, and then I come on here and I'm like, "It was sunny yesterday." But here's the thing: my sweet and sour. So I'm gonna start with my sour, and this is actually a shared sour with you.
Uh-oh.
Those damn drinks that we made.
That was a pretty big dent in the
It was a pretty big dent.
Yeah,
we saw this TikTok of let me ask the audience. Have y'all seen the trend on TikTok? I wouldn't even say that. I've seen like three.
Just this one video.
I've seen like a few people make them.
And what did everyone else say? They think it was good?
It's so good.
Are they lying?
Fucking liars. Have y'all heard of a fluffy Coke? No? Okay. Well, let me tell you what it is before you like get excited, because it's shit and don't make it.
Oh, I don't want to shit on that grandma though. She
was very sweet. And you know what? She is old, so maybe her taste buds have left her. But if she likes it, that's great. You take marshmallow fluff and you spread it on the inside of a cup, and then you put ice inside of the cup, and then regular Coke was their thing. And so we did that.
You're also supposed to like scrape the fluff off the side of the cup and like sip on the Cokes to make sure you get.
It is the worst. It is like coagulated marshmallow jelly inside of Coke.
It wasn't good. It didn't taste like anything.
It looked abysmal.
Despicable.
Like we had like a few sips and I was like, yeah, I don't
ever have this again.
No.
So now we got a big ass tub of marshmallow fluff, which lucky for us, we got the $1 $2.29 bottle and not the industrial size $4 bottle.
It was $7
of marshmallow fluff. $7?
Yeah.
No, it was $4.
Oh, maybe it was 7 ounces.
Oh.
She says lucky for us. I'm not touching that. Kendall apparently loves marshmallow fluff, so that's all you.
Marshmallow fluff.
Okay, what is your what do you how do you consume it? Like just with a spoon?
No, no. I just like the idea of it really.
Like anyway.
I like s'mores.
That's a marshmallow. Not marshmallow fluff.
Well, like marshmallow.
Anyway, so moving on to my sweet. My sweet is that this Saturday, and I guess by the time this video is out, I will have turned 25. My brain will be fully developed, at least the frontal lobe.
Yes.
So trying to get in as much learning as possible, doing all of my scientific journaling and reading and everything. Not really.
Scientific journaling.
Yes. Well, yes.
I can't wait to see how much you do like change, because people literally say like you wake up on the day of your 25th birthday and you're like, shit.
I'm probably going to wake up and like crow's feet, massive Wi-Fi line wrinkles, smile lines, sagging. Oh, I'll have to make my appointment for Botox after I finish school immediately.
God bless you.
Anyway, that's really it for me. Okay, it was really hard for me to think of something. So don't
come for me.
Yeah, don't do that if you're ever on the pod. Make sure you think about that like at least 3 to 4 business days in advance. On to you.
Excuse
me, I burped. I don't know if the mic picked that up.
Well, if it did, it was a little treat for the audience.
I'll make sure to burp right in the mic next time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My sweet of the week is, I think I've made a new photographer friend.
Yay.
And that's been really sweet. Like, he's so cool and nice, and I like his company. So I was like, that's nice. That's a cool, like, it's a new friend. And also, like, and I've been saying I really want somebody who also like shoots to be my friend, especially when like I have a birthday coming up, and I don't have anybody to shoot my birthday pictures. So my sweet is also, I can do my. Oh wait, did you want to? Yeah.
What?
Wait, what were you thinking? Because you were like, you were
talking about your
birthday pictures.
No. I was looking at the date.
What's this?
Today's July 18th.
Yeah. Oh, yesterday would be a month till my birthday. Riley's birthday is literally on Saturday. Moving on.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, I have a new friend, and I have someone who'll take my birthday pictures. Woo!
And Kendall took my birthday pictures, and everyone that listens to this podcast, if you are near the Atlanta area,
you would have seen it by now.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
You will
have seen my birthday pictures. Our inspiration was like Adele's album 25 because I turned 25, but also get the spotlight off of me because I'm not important in this situation. What's important is that everyone book with Kendall for your birthday photo shoot.
Please.
She does a fabulous job. I'm a person that absolutely hates having my picture taken at all costs. I don't like it. I don't like taking pictures of myself. I don't like people taking pictures of me. But the pictures that Kendall took of me are like truly like, I look so good. Like I love them. They look so good. Anyway, onto your sour.
That's going to make me so happy. Oh, stop. Yeah, book your birthday pictures with me and your branded photo shoots if you're a brand or business. Book content creation with me. Please.
Well,
yes. Because my sweet, and I just hope I don't get canceled for saying this. I really hope nobody finds this. I quit my job this week.
Woo! Yeah.
No, my sweet of the week is I quit my job this week, which if you've been like, if you're a close friend of mine, you knew that this was coming one day, but didn't know when. And you probably were deeply concerned about my mental health. If you're not a close friend of mine, you're just like, oh, good for you. She quit her job.
Not good for you. So great for you.
Great for me. You know, no tea, no shade at all. Everybody is very nice and kind. Bye. Everyone's nice and kind. But it's time for me to go find my career path elsewhere. So again, this is just such a natural integration. If you are in the need for content creation, I literally photo and video, lifestyle content, brands and businesses. If you're trying to start a business, if you have a birthday coming up, if you just want pictures done, if you are a brand and you need brand photography, if you need event coverage, content creation, I am your gal. Please hit me up.
She really is. Yeah. It's so good. It's beautiful. The work that she's done, whether it's a brand, whether it's a person, whether it's content for someone, it's so good. You know what you should do during this whole episode? Instead of showing this, green screen on this bitch and put it just like my rolling website. Slide.
My website.
Yes. That is also, we can share that as a joint suite. Kendall has a new website coming out soon, if it's not already out. And it looks so good.
So sickening and cunt. Shout out to Julia for
cunt to the feminine what?
Ow. Yeah. She'll get a special shout out on Instagram when it's live because it's so cunt.
Absolutely.
Yeah, sweet and sours. Moving on. Let's get into this episode, shall we?
Get into it.
Fuck them kids.
Oh my God. It literally, like, I saw this video on TikTok just while you were searching.
Yeah.
Of this lady, and she was like, just had my biannual, what did she say? Just had my like biannual, very realistic dream that I had a 2-year-old daughter and I could hear her crying and like running around my house and interacting with me. And I woke up and she wasn't real.
That's
and I
really
was like,
sad.
That's actually heartbreaking. But I guess that's different if you're someone that like really yearns for a child.
If you yearn for a kid.
Yeah. Because me personally.
Never had.
I also like physically don't have the parts to have a child of my own.
Mm-hmm.
Like birth a child of my own. But I think if I were to have a dream like that, it would be a nightmare because I have never, ever, ever genuinely wanted, like no part of me has ever been like, well, maybe like one day I'd like to be a dad. No, I do not want to be a father. This
also is the safe space for people who possibly have felt this way or like are scared to talk about it because I feel like it's such a weird stigma, especially for women. If you like get to a place, it's so weird because I don't find a lot of men, especially when I was like single and dating and stuff. Like I didn't find a lot of men that didn't want kids. Like there's so many men that are like, I want children. Like I want, even if they don't know that they want kids, they're like, I think I want kids. It's so weird. And it's like, I wish you would think for yourself because most of y'all don't want kids. You
like the idea.
Yeah. The idea of children. And on top of that, like it's like almost like this, responsibility. Like it's like this next step of life. It's like, well, you know, I graduated, I got a cool job, I got married. Now I'm supposed to have kids because there's just like, what
You're
else?
not supposed to.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You didn't even
think
have to get
about
the degree.
it.
You didn't have to do shit. So
think about it.
Just think about, that's all I want people to do. Just think about it. If you want kids, there's nothing wrong with that. Just think about it. But if you don't want kids, this episode is 1,000% for you. And if you already have kids, this episode is probably 1,000% for you because I know them kids be getting on your nerves and that's okay.
And this is just like, listen to the funny stories about what children do because as much as I don't want them, I can still appreciate like other people that have
kids.
that. Yeah,
We need
like
them in the world. We need them. We need people to sow into children. I can't wait to mentor. I say children, but like I can't wait to mentor like people younger than me. Like the youth is so important. Uplift them. And what is this fucking episode becoming? This big ass preamble.
I think it's more from like not even a like fuck them kids episode. Like, yeah, that's gonna be the title because you're gonna be like, ooh, what is that? But it's more of just like kids.
Yeah.
Because it's like, love them, hate them, they're necessary. People that have kids, so happy for you. That's great. Like, I hope you've had like.
I hope you like your kids.
I hope you like your kids. I hope they're respectful, and I hope you have had like as pleasant of a journey as possible with parenting and all of that.
And
which
I hope
like
your kid isn't a hellion because we're about to read about children that just cause problems
on
purpose.
And like I feel like one of the things too is like everyone has the grace. This is everyone's first time and only time at life, so like no one's gonna have it figured out. But me, the one thing I have figured out, and Kendall does too, we're not having kids.
Zilch.
No. And you know what else I think is, well, you know what? We should probably start the episode. I was going to say, you know what actually I think is weird? Whenever people refer to their pet as like a kid.
Oh, like.
Or like gotta, like my baby. And like, I just think it like that is a pet. It's like fine for you, but like it just something about it. I'm like,
I like but does that teeter on the edge of like, you don't like
millennialism?
Well, yes. But like, do you know when people are like, oh, I'm a dog mom?
Well, yes.
You think that's weird?
It's like, you're not a like, yeah, but it's also just like, you have a pet.
That's really interesting. That's an interesting
thing. Like I have a lot of plants. I don't call myself a plant parent.
You could call yourself a plant
No,
dad.
I would not. I have plants. I have a mug that says plant dad that Rain and Nan and Anna got me for Father's Day one year. But I don't like, I am a person with plants. I have plants.
Well, valid. Ready for the first story?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Am I the asshole for choosing my career over my brother's kids? For context, I, 28 I, 28 female, have a brother, 25 male, and he and his wife, 25 female, had twin boys about a year ago. The twins were unexpected, but even so, I would say that they transitioned relatively smoothly into parenthood.
That would be like us having twins right now.
No.
Oh.
My brother and his wife were both able to take time away from work to raise the twins. While my sister-in-law was able to stay home, my brother had to return to work since they weren't expecting two babies. This and the fact that my sister-in-law wasn't working led her to eventually going back to work early as well, which left them with the issue of childcare. My brother and sister-in-law both work hard and money was really tight for them, so they asked if I could take care of the babies a few days per week so that they could cut down on costs. I am fortunate enough to work from home most days and live alone, so I agreed because it felt like it was something I could do for them and bond with the babies. We have had this arrangement going since my brother and sister-in-law returned to work, and it was fine at first. Work was relatively slow, and I was happy to spend time with my nephews. However, taking care of them has created a strain not only on myself, but my bank account as well, since they are growing. My brother and sister-in-law often work late, meaning I am feeding them dinner and taking care of them well into the evening. I haven't put up much of a fuss because I haven't been charging them because of their financial situation. However, work has progressively gotten more busy and is starting to take more attention from me. I was also recently offered a higher position in the company, but it would require me to work fully in person. Today, while I was with my brother, I told him about my promotion and that I would not be able to take care of the twins anymore. He freaked out and called me a terrible sister, saying I was abandoning my family. I wasn't really able to explain myself further because he left in a hurry, all angry. A couple hours ago, I received some really nasty messages from my sister-in-law and my parents saying that I'm extremely selfish, disgusting, and shameful for choosing my work over family. My parents aren't able to help as they live on the other side of the country and are not mobile. I know if I stop helping with childcare, my brother's family will suffer. So now I'm rethinking my decision.
Okay, this is like one of the situations that makes me feel so bad for the original post, like lady or whoever, because it's like, one, this almost sounds made up. Like, why are they going to villainize you? Because you're like, you got a promotion.
Here's the tea.
Like, that is so fucking.
This is also like, I think why I don't want kids is because I see how other people will put their kids on other people and then get mad at you for having for not having kids, for not having their kids. These are not her children.
They're not her children. And like, it's unfortunate. And like, I get it from the whole, like, didn't know they were going to have twins, had twins, like a lot of like more expenses. And that's very like, I feel for them. I do like, that's awful. That's I know that's hard. But at the same time, your sister was kind enough to be like, hey, I can help out for free. And just help out. And
I don't know how long she was doing it. She must have been doing it for probably months. I mean, considering she was like, oh, they're getting bigger and I have to
she said they had
dinner.
the twins. She said they had the twins like a year ago in the original post, didn't she? Like a year ago, they had 2 twin boys or whatever. So it's like
about a year ago.
So they're probably what?
Fuck that. They're
a year
like
and a few
almost
months.
A year old. Are they eating solids yet? I don't know how babies progress. Are you eating solids by like a year old? I thought it was like 2. Is that stupid?
One time I watched like a 3-year-old and I gave him like cut up hot dogs and macaroni and cheese and peas.
Yeah, so they definitely eat solids by then. But I'm like, when do you start eating solids? Either way, it just sounds like she's spending personal money too to help like raise these kids, which is fucking annoying because it's like at that point too, like I get it, like she's their aunt. But also, like, if I'm watching your kids for free, the least that you can do is ensure that they're provided with everything that they need while they're at my house. So if that is like food, if that's clothes, if that's
it's also like I wonder like what the parents do for work. Cause like, is it at all like an option for like one of them to try and do work from home?
Right.
Or like, you know, not saying like they now need to sacrifice like their careers and everything for their children.
Well, and but this like, is also, that's the thing is like nobody's asking them to sacrifice their careers for their kids, but now you're mad at someone else for wanting to put her career ahead of your children. And it's not even putting her career ahead of your kids. It's, I want to pursue this thing in my life. I didn't have children. These aren't my fucking kids. I'm getting so triggered, I think, because like I'm so mad. And I'm the only and eldest daughter. Take with that what you fucking will. There's a reason why I'm not having kids. And this is like part of it. It's like this expectation on you to do things for the kid that isn't fucking yours. And your life is gone. Gone. Who cares about it? Because the kids come first.
I'm the youngest kid and I'm gay. So
but yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. First off, like I don't think she's the asshole. If anything, like not if anything, I think her brother responding like that is really shitty. Like your sister just got a promotion at her job. Your sister one is older than you because she's what 28, 9. Something?
She's 28.
28. She just got a promotion. She's trying to do her career thing. Like she was helping you just because she was trying to be nice. Like let's have some decorum. Let's be sweet. Let's be nice. Like let's thank her and be like, okay, like. Would you maybe be able to help out like 1 or 2 nights a week or like try and find a compromise? Something. And if she's like, no, I really can't, like the job is going to take up too much time. Like I'm not going to be able to, but like weekends or like maybe an occasional date night, I can help you guys out.
Sure.
And maybe we can like move on with peace and happiness instead of like then getting a nasty text from your sister-in-law and the parents getting involved.
Why
that's
are the
crazy.
Parents involved when they live halfway across the country? You step up and help your grandkids out if that's really what it's going to be. Like, girl.
Well, apparently they're not mobile. So I guess they can't get around well.
And this is also where I say again, like, why is this all on her?
Right.
Like, why is this all on her? That's just so unfair. Obviously the overall verdict was not the asshole. Ashlyn has included some comments. Someone commented, not the asshole one bit, quote, and I haven't been charging them because of their financial situation, end quote. So you did this for free out of goodwill and wanting to help, and it also costs you money and to your own growing detriment. Then you got a life-enhancing opportunity with your promotion. Congratulations. Quote, I received some really nasty messages from my sister-in-law and my parents saying that I'm extremely selfish, disgusting, and shameful for choosing work over family. Yet both the parents have done that and shown who they really are. Quote, my parents are able to help as they live on the other side of the country and are not mobile. Quote, it's easy to look on from the sidelines and expect others to give up opportunities. Please don't rethink, do what's right for you.
Absolutely.
Someone else said, why aren't the parents sending money for childcare? If they care so much, they should put money where their mouths are. OP, you're not the asshole, not even a little. Edit, OP, do you think your family would give up their dreams, their comfort, or anything really for you? Congratulations on the promotion. Number 1, take the job. Number 2, do not give them money, because they'll try to guilt you into that. Do not give them money at all. Number 3, do not babysit for them on your day off. Actually, never babysit for them again. Don't help them in any way. They have proven to be selfish, ungrateful users who don't give a shit about you. Why should you care about them? You're doing yourself a disservice, setting yourself on fire to keep them warm, and you would be the asshole to yourself if you continue to let them use you. If you need help setting boundaries, please get therapy. You need to unlearn all that toxic conditioning that makes you put your selfish family's needs above your own and make you think that you're an asshole when you are so clearly not. Let me say something about Reddit comments, because genuinely, you guys,
they get angry fast.
They are so annoying. Look, I have to say it. The Reddit comments are so, because it's like, it is so easy for you to say shit like, you need therapy if you're unable to see, like, oh my God, you're not in the situation.
It's right.
And she's by herself.
It's because it's all like behind a screen. I like, that's part of it. It's like, it's all behind a screen. No one's like, you know.
But it's just so annoying. It's like, okay, can you like, let's touch grass for a second before you respond.
Exactly.
Behind the screen and like really
and put
think
yourself
about,
in their shoes too.
Yeah,
and like you don't have to, you're like, yeah, maybe, but like you don't have to bring that up. Like let her, she wasn't asking if she should get therapy. She was asking if she was an asshole or not.
If she was an asshole or not.
And no, she's not.
They love to diagnose people. They love to tell people to go get therapy. They love to tell people to divorce their husbands and shit. And in most cases, it's very valid. And in some cases,
here's the thing.
Absolutely not.
I do that too. I keep it all in here. I keep it all in here. And then I come home and say it all to Kendall. I'm like, listen to what this bitch said. Or the group chat.
Or the group chat. And it's like, just shut the fuck up sometimes. But I get it. It is a public forum where they're asking for opinions. But some of these comments are just so unhinged sometimes.
Yeah. Sippy Sip. Today's podcast is officially sponsored by Poppy. Poppy, you're great. Thank you so much. Kendall loves you. Maybe one day you'll reach out to do a partnership.
Podcast.
And I feel like you should, because we already know what your new flavor is that you're launching in August.
We already know.
They weren't slick.
If you don't want us to spill, go ahead and email me right now.
Don't say that. They're going to like...
No, literally
do something crazy. Yeah. They're going to like block you from ever being able to buy Poppies.
They're like, you cannot show Poppy on your podcast ever again on a public forum. You cannot.
Me turning the logo out of the way.
Today we're just drinking our prebiotic
Today
soda.
I'm drinking prebiotic soda in the flavor pink.
Period. Ready.
Next question.
Am I the asshole for telling my nephew the truth that no one in the family likes him? You might be. You really might be a bitch for that. Oh my God.
That is crazy. Let's hear it.
So mean.
That is mean, actually.
It's so mean. Unless this kid is just a hellion. Let's find out.
How old is it? Okay. Read it.
What happened? This involves me, 25 male, and my sister Diana, 31 female, and her son.
Why is he naming her like that?
Because it's in quotes.
Oh.
It's in quotes.
Okay. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
great.
it's just me. His sister Diana, 31 female, and her son Darius, 10 male. I get along with Diana fine. I won't pretend I like Darius. I think he's an entitled brat who has gotten away with crap far too many times. I don't think Diana has ever reprimanded him. And every time the little shit acts up, Diana makes excuses for him. This is so crazy. He's already been suspended from school for stealing. He's a bully to all of his cousins. And I know for a fact that no one in my family likes him at all. Both of my parents cannot stand him. My mother, a woman who could find the love in her heart to babysit a honey badger, refuses to watch Darius at all because of his behavior. My father will not take all the grandkids out to fish. Oh, I'm sorry. My father will take all the grandkids out to fish every few months, except for Darius, because he's too tempted to throw him out into the lake and drive off. His words, not mine.
Oh my God.
On Monday, I got a call from my sister who panicked because she got called into work. Darius was out of school and her babysitter was not available. No one else in the family will watch Darius, so I told her to drop him off and I would watch him. It was a nightmare. Darius was mad. He had to spend his day off at my place. He refused to do anything I offered, made a mess in my bathroom, harassed my dog, and had a tantrum because I would not let him use my work computer to play games. By lunchtime, I was frustrated beyond all belief. I made him mac and cheese and he demanded I take him to Wendy's. Me. Fuck Darius. I can't. Oh my God. He refused to eat and eventually dumped his bowl of food on my floor. At that, I just kind of lost it. I didn't yell or get aggressive at all. I just sighed and asked him if he realized that everyone in the family literally despised him. I explained that he was at my house because grandma and grandpa cannot stand him and, in fact, refused to let him come to their house because he acts like a little shit. I won't lie, I got pretty brutal. He started crying and locked himself in my bathroom until he came out and sat and watched TV until my sister came and got him. I told her what happened and her and I got into a massive argument as well. She called me cruel, and I told her that she's to blame and he would have had to learn eventually. My family is split on this. My dad thinks, quote, the little shit deserved it, while my siblings have mixed opinions. My mother has told me that she's staying out of this, but if I feel the need to apologize, do it and move on. What do you people think?
Well, first off, what is the honey badger comment
like
about?
He was saying that like his mom is so sweet that she would like find it in her heart to like babysit a honey badger if given the opportunity, but like she won't babysit Darius.
What like I'm
honey
so
badgers I think are like just
are they
crazy
like bad
and, like,
or something?
Yeah, I think they're like batshit insane. Honey badgers, like, you know, you batshit crazy, you crazy as a honey badger. No, okay,
never. Well, that's anyway.
I just think that if you were gonna unleash that vitriol, it should have been on the mother.
It should have been
the child.
Unfortunately, I don't think he should have said that to the kid because he's 10, and that is probably gonna stick with him for
the rest of
a
his
very,
life.
very long time. Because you're a kid, and that's like, I remember things that were said to me by people when I was like 10, 11, 12, like
that
to this day.
Meant to be mean and
well, no, a lot of them were meant to be mean.
I'm thinking of
but I also remember like ones that weren't. So it's like, I know that's going to stick with the kid. And like, that's not really like like you just venting and like spilling everything isn't really going to change anything with the kid. If anything, it's just going to make him more angry towards you and want to like tear up your shit more if he has to come to your house.
Yeah. I just think that, again, I just need to know if they have asked them, if they have brought anything to the mom as like, hey, you know, how are you parenting your fucking kid?
Right.
Because if no one in the family likes the kid, he's 10 years old, has just 10 years gone by, and y'all haven't said anything to Diana about her rambunctious ass kid.
I know, and this is also one of the situations where it's like, I feel like we don't know enough about the full story. Like, is he usually in childcare often? Is she not like able to be with him a lot? Like, you know, like what is, like, there's so many things that go into this. It's like, not saying it's necessarily like totally her fault. Like, you don't know about like what's happening at school, like who he hangs out with at school, stuff like that. But like, I still don't think he should have said that.
I don't think there's ever an excuse to say that. I knew when I read the title, I was like, I don't think there's ever a reason to say something like that to a 10-year-old ever. I was even thinking, I was like, maybe if he's 17, I don't know. I still think it's mean, but at least you're old enough to be able to like emotionally deal with that.
Digest
like, you're 10. I don't see how you can say that to a kid and like it be okay.
I just don't know how you say what he said to the kid without like raising your voice or like coming across as angry to a kid. It's like you're gonna sit there and be like, you're a little shit. No one in this family like blah 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 blah. Like,
also, like, can you imagine being like 10 and like hearing someone that calmly tell you how much they can't stand you and everybody around you, including your family,
that would be so unnerving.
Can't stand you. Oh my God, I'd be scared. I'd be like, what are you talking about? Also, unfortunately, knowing my temper, if a kid fucking demanded I take him to Wendy's and then he like dumped the mac and cheese on the floor, I'd be screaming, shouting, yelling, pissing, throwing shit. Like, there's no way.
Oh, they'd be cleaning it up. I'd be like, put it back in your plate and eat it.
That's that. And see, this is why I can't have kids, because
you can't do that.
I would bite my hand, and Riley knows that that's code for like, oh my God, move. I would bite my hand, and I think genuinely, I would call Diana immediately and be like, come get your fucking kid. Right.
Well, I also have so many questions about that, because like, did you ask him like if he wanted mac and cheese? Was he like, no, I want Wendy's? And you're like, I'm not taking you to Wendy's. We have mac and cheese. I don't want mac and cheese. I want Wendy's. I'm not taking you to Wendy's. Here's your mac and cheese. I don't want this.
Again, though, he's 10. He's old enough to not be doing shit like that. So again, I blame the parenting. Now, this is also where I have to ask, is the father in the household?
Right.
Where is his daddy to fucking reprimand this shit? What is going on? We need dads in the household. Pull it together.
Guess who's back in the house?
This is where I go like full swing, like I don't even know what to call it, but like, oh my God. We need 2-parent households. Where's the other fucking parent?
I can't answer that.
Is there another fucking parent? Is she a single mom? And if she's a single mom, she needs fucking help. Also, again, I'm bringing this back up. Has no one fucking mentioned to her that her child is a piece
like
of
a
shit?
Little bit of a brat summer, but not in the good way.
But in a derogatory?
Yeah.
Well, let's find out. I wonder if there's like updates or anything because I just don't know. Let me see. Oh shit.
While she's doing that, how is everyone's brat summer going? Is it so, Julia? Oh, that sounded like what's the one Disney princess that's like
Isn't that Snow White?
Is that
or is
sure.
that Ella Enchanted? Or no,
oh my God, that's Ella Enchanted. That's Amy Adams, isn't it? Not Ella Enchanted, Enchanted. That's what it is.
Enchanted. I love that.
Giselle.
I loved that movie. Overall verdict is everyone sucks here, which is very valid.
I think that's it. And you know what? Yeah. The mom was real for being like, I'm staying out of this, but if you think you should apologize, go ahead and do it.
I'm like, damn, so this kid must really be like the worst, but still, like, I just don't think there's a reason to say that to a child. But this comment does say, he's 10. He's been raised badly. He didn't just wake up one day and decide, you know what? I'm going to be a total asshole to everyone. This is your sister's failure. And as much as he's a total little shit, it's not entirely his fault because he's 10 and he's never been taught better. Did he need a serious talking to? Yes. Was your way the right way to do it? Not really. It's better to talk about behavior and outcomes than make it about the kid. Instead of telling him that his actions cause people in the family not to want to be around him, which I would applaud, you told him that his grandparents loathe him himself. It's not very effective because it doesn't give him anything to change. Behaviors can be changed, but if you tell a kid that everyone hates them, that's them as a whole, not something that they can change. It's not like telling an asshole adult that everyone dislikes them because they're an asshole. An adult can figure out what that means and deal with it.
Right.
But a kid, their family, their whole world, and the people that they rely on, and you told them that basically everyone in his world loathes his very being. That's what makes it cruel. I really don't want to call you an asshole because I'm not sure I would have lasted even till lunchtime with that little shit, but it wasn't the right way. I'm regretful everyone sucks here.
Right. I think that is the perfect.
This was posted a year ago, so I'm actually curious to see. I want to know if there's like an update at all. If the kid has like learned from his behaviors, if he's like nice now.
I don't know. And it's hard for other people to parent someone else's kid.
You just can't.
It's so hard, especially when they're in their ways. Like there was this one time I worked at that summer camp that I did at that one place.
Those kids.
And there was one child that I think it was like 7. And he was deaf, but he had cochlear implants. And so anytime we would try to like slightly discipline him if he was like being bad or throwing a tantrum or like didn't want to do what we were doing and try to like, hey, like buddy, like why don't we? He would just take out he called them his ears. He would just take his ears out. And then we'd have to be like, we'd have to go find them because he wouldn't keep them with him.
Like put them somewhere?
He would.
Oh my God.
Like once we would get him to like walk with the group or whatever, he just pull them out and let them fall. And so then we'd have to go back and find his ears and be like, buddy, like you can't take these out. Like we have to like put them back on. You need to wear them.
Oh my God. No, that's fucking funny.
Or like,
I'm sorry.
if we were doing,
literally
yes.
was like, no, I'm
or
done.
if we were doing something that like would get too loud, he would just like take them off. And so then if we're trying to get the group to do something, he can't hear us. And so then we would tell his parents whenever they would pick him up in the evenings, we'd be like, he kept taking off his ears today. And they're like, yeah, he does that when his ears gets like tired, when his ears get tired, or if it's just like too much for him. And we're like, but like he does it and like we can't keep up with them sometimes. Like we lost them once for like 30 minutes.
Put him in his pocket. Why
he was also 7, 6. He was 6 or 7.
He's got to if he's gonna take his ears off, which honestly I applaud him for. If you don't want to listen to shit, I get it.
Literally,
That's fucking funny. He's like, oh, I'm done with y'all.
One of my favorite TikTokers, his name is Leighton. And he is deaf and he has cochlear implants. Mm-hmm. And so he posted this TikTok the other day of like, he was with his sister and she was like having like a massive tea spilling session in the car. And she took his ears from him and she was like holding them on the other side of the car while she was like talking shit on the phone about something. Cause she was like, I don't need you to hear this.
You can't take your ears from me. That's so mean. You cannot take ears from me.
I was like, that is crazy. Unlock my computer, girly.
Yeah, I have to. I went to the original post.
OP. I'm learning all of the Reddit language after always doing Reddit episodes since 2020 on Kindle's various podcasts.
On various podcasts, yes.
Excuse me, I had a little burp. I'm now finally learning all of the Reddit lingo.
OP.
OP means original post.
But there was an edit to the original post.
What'd he say?
Edit. Okay, the early consensus is I'm an asshole. That's fine. A little info. A little info. We've talked to Diana about this before. Oh. My parents sat her down and told her they will not watch Darius because of how he behaved and that she needs to do something else. We've all had talks with her about him bullying his cousins. She has done nothing. Well,
okay.
Somebody says, I'm curious how the regular babysitter.
How the way I'm getting how the regular babysitter.
My JoJo Siwa era. I'm curious how the regular babysitter handles this kid. Somebody said Benadryl, probably.
Oh, that's not good.
Christ.
Maybe he really likes the babysitter.
No, I was laughing because I thought that meant she took Benadryl, not the kid.
Oh, no, the kid.
No, I would. You can't drug the kid. That's not funny. I'm not laughing at the kid being drugged. I didn't think that was what was funny. I thought that the babysitter would take Benadryl and go to bed.
That's like how people drug their animals to fly or something. Like they're so well behaved and the dog's eyes are like rolled back and it's drooling. You ever seen that in an airport? There's a fine line between like...
I've never flown with a dog, thank God. I hate the way dogs smell sometimes.
Oh my God. There was one time I was flying back from JFK. No, it wasn't. I was flying back it was LaGuardia. I was flying back from LaGuardia. And there was this lady with a fucking dog.
No.
And we had just closed the door. And we're about to start backing up to taxi. Putrid smell fills the cabin.
That is going to make me so angry.
The dog had shit. And it was the worst smell you can imagine. And the flight attendants would not let her get up and go to the lavatory to fucking fix the dog because we had already pulled away from the gate. And she was like, you have to be seated with your seatbelt securely fastened. Because we were about to start moving around. And I guess that's, the FAA rule or whatever.
Did they wait? And so they had to wait until the seatbelt sign came back off.
Well, yes, but also eventually we had started taxiing and then we had to wait in line. And so once we stopped and we were waiting for a minute, everyone on the plane was everyone on the plane was making noises. And she was 3 rows back from me and I was sitting like this. And there was a lady directly across and one back that kept going cartoon ass pinching nose and fanning and making all these faces. I felt bad for the lady because oh my God. I don't know what that dog ate, but it was the worst smell. And so eventually the flight attendants I think it permeated the cabin. And so I think they were eventually you can go.
That's actually so fucking horrible.
It was disgusting.
Well, because it's worse because you can't even crack a window.
You can't do anything.
You can't do anything. You just have to sit there.
It's in your clothes.
Is there a fucking fan that they can, an industrial fan that they can run?
No.
And then where's it gonna go?
Nowhere.
This is worse than the diarrhea plane.
Oh, no, it's not. I assure you. With that diarrhea plane, that person shit down the aisle and they had to be with that stench for 2 hours while they turned around over the ocean to fly back to Atlanta. That is worse. I would take shit dog over diarrhea plane any day of the week.
Shit dog.
It was really bad, though.
Shit dog is so fucking crazy. Yeah, I was looking for other comments from OP. I don't see any. I feel like Morgan from Two Hot Takes. Looking for comments from OP. Don't see any. But no, I don't know. Moving on.
Anyway.
Am I the asshole for telling my brother he can't raise his child in my house? Well, no.
Oh, no.
I, 27 male, had dreams of being a homeowner for as long as I can remember. I actually started saving for a house since I was 18. I bought a 3-bed, 2 house I'm going to assume it's 3-bed, 2-bathroom house, 3 years ago. And while it's not the best house, I am beyond blessed to have my own home, and home ownership is everything I've always hoped it would be. Good for him.
Good for you. That's
to be
awesome.
able to come home and have everything exactly where I left it, to be able to play video games all day and have no one tell me otherwise. It feels like I'm free and in control of my own life, which is all I've ever wanted. I'm actually very happy for him.
That's going to be me whenever I get a Nintendo Switch.
Literally, Riley. The second that Nintendo Switch
coming.
hits this house.
I will have one by like October.
Sweet day. About a year ago, my older brother, 36 male, and his wife, 30 female, asked to move in with me because while they can afford rent, they do not want to pay $2,000 a month for an apartment.
Valid.
No, it's not. Unfortunately.
I mean, I get not wanting to pay, but also like
you're 36.
I was just about to say, but you're also 36.
This is your younger brother. I can't. While I did not want them here, I reluctantly agreed because I can't tell my own brother that he can't live with me when I have 2 empty rooms in the house, knowing he would let me live with him if I ever asked.
Right.
And I was also fortunate enough to have family to live with while I was saving to buy my house. I do not charge them any rent or ask for anything, but they give me around $400 a month to help out. Well, that's nice.
That's nice.
That's nice.
That's bills, at least.
My brother and his wife have been trying to conceive a child for a long time and are finally successful in doing so. They are expecting in a few months. While I'm extremely happy for them, I also do not want them living with me.
No.
I did not buy my house for them. I bought it for me. I did not sign up for having my living room filled with baby toys and having my gaming room turned into a kid's bedroom. I did not sign up for my fridge to be full of milk for a kid that isn't mine. This leads to today, where I've asked them to move out before the birth of their child. They were both extremely offended and hurt that I told them this. My family also seems to think that it's wrong of me to ask them to find their own place when they are expecting a child. Am I the asshole for asking my brother to move out?
Here's the thing.
How soon is she about to give birth?
How soon is she about to give birth? 1. And 2, it's like one of the things of like, I wonder if there's any edit to the post, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, if y'all are fucking and trying to have a kid, you are actively trying to conceive. Did you know that? Like, was house owner like privy to that? Because if that was the case, I would have been like, oh my goodness, that's so cool. So love that for y'all. I'm sorry, but like you're gonna have to find somewhere else. Like, I just really don't like, this is my home, and like there are other things that I want to do to the home, and like I'm not really looking to have like a kid here. Like, I'd love to like, you know, support and help you like find a place or something, but like I don't really like, this is my house. You guys don't really even pay rent. You pay $400.
I just think that it's also kind of fucking rude that they just assumed that they would be able to just take over his house for free.
That's much his gaming room. He just said how happy he is to be able to come home and game as long as he wants.
And again, kind of similar to the first story where it's like, why do people expect people that don't have children to just give up their life? Can I talk my shit for a second?
Talk your shit. Bite your lip.
Okay. I had a friend at one point who like really wanted kids. Good for her. And like, yeah. And like, you know who. I had a friend that wanted kids really bad and told me that essentially we were playing like this hypothetical game essentially at like dinner. She was like, oh, if something happened to me and my partner, you know, would you take the kid on? And I was like, I'm going to be so real with you. Like, probably not. Like, I was like, I wouldn't want to. I was like, if there was nowhere for the kid to go, absolutely. Right. But I mean, I'm sure your mom, I'm sure your sister, I'm sure your family like would want
someone direct family.
That kid in.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, no, because they have a family of their own. And I was like, right, I don't. So why would you give me your fucking kid in this scenario? Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not, and also I'm like, okay, this isn't even a fun hypothetical anymore. Like, I'm genuinely getting stressed out and my blood
I
sugar
remember that,
like,
yeah.
Right, I was so
blood
pissed.
Pressure, right. She's so angry she can't even differentiate blood sugar and blood pressure.
I'm just so mad because I'm like, don't play this game. This is how bad I don't want kids. Like, do not even like joke around with me about giving me a kid. I don't want it. Now,
that's so true. I'll joke with Kendall about children or like say something. She's like, I actually rebuke that immediately. Do not speak that over me. And I'm like, I was kidding. It was a joke. It
was a joke. Come
on, you guys. I was kidding.
So like, no, like I just think like it's this like weird idea that people have that it's like, oh, if you don't have kids, your life must be so sad and miserable.
You don't have them.
You should just like take this on. And
it's like you don't have kids, so like obviously you like are having difficulty having your own, or like you're just sad and depressed because you don't have a kid. So
you
like
don't have a life because you don't have a kid, and it's like no, I actively chose not to have a kid because I don't fucking want one. Did you maybe think of that?
That is just like the thought of raising a child and everything that goes into that. It's not for me.
It's just not. And so I don't blame anybody that's like, hey, I didn't sign up to raise. Right.
Yeah. I told you I would have one for the thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't a good one though. Sorry.
So I don't know. That pisses me off for him, especially if it's like I've been saving up since I was 18. He's like 27. Finally. That's like
he's
10
27.
Years,
he likes his little routine and he was nice enough to let y'all move in. Yeah, I don't think you're an asshole, bud. I think you just probably, if you didn't ask them whenever you found out they were trying to conceive, I think you probably should have started that conversation just a little bit earlier.
Right. I'm waiting to see like where or if he's said how long it's been, but I don't see any comments from him. He did edit and pretty much said like, thank you for everything. Cause everyone's pretty much like not the asshole, which like obviously, but I wanted to see if there was tea. Yeah, people are like, not the asshole. Your home is your sanctuary, blah, blah, blah. You could have given them a warning that if they had a baby, they would have to move out, but it is your home and you have every right to control what happens in your home. It somewhat sounds like they're planning to spend years living with you. I wouldn't want a baby invading my space.
I wouldn't either, but here's the thing. If they added a zero to that $400 a month they're giving, maybe we can talk.
Yeah, somebody said, sorry, but they don't have a home of their own and don't pay bills. $400 a month is nothing. Who actively choose to have a kid when you're living in someone else's home. That also is so real. It's like, wait, why? It's like sometimes people just choose the worst fucking, like you are actively attempting to conceive when you don't feel like paying $2,000 a month for an apartment. That was the quote in there. I'm like, oh my God, grow up. This is where we're
It's like, do you realize how much you're going to have to pay a month for a kid?
Like,
it's a lot.
Like, if you don't want to pay $2,000 a month in rent, what makes you think that having a kid is smart? You dumb baby.
And then what if they have twins? Just like that one post.
That shit really like. Oh my God.
That stresses me out.
I'd want to throw up. Okay. My mom's gonna have a hard time listening to this episode.
It's okay, Phyllis. Just skip over it.
I was gonna say, I was like, girl, just close your ears. Last story. Yay!
Last story.
This one's gonna go crazy. I can feel it.
Great googly moogly. Let's go.
Like crazy derogatory.
Oh.
Am I the asshole for yelling at a child in a restaurant? The intrusive thoughts won. That's what I'm gathering.
Oh no.
For context, I, 32 male, have never been comfortable around children. As long as they leave me alone, I could be in the same area as them for a while, but I do not want to interact with them much. I have some younger nieces and nephews and have gotten used to them because they're family, but I still don't care to be around them for extended periods of time. This past week, I was out with a couple friends at a sit-down restaurant. Shortly after we were seated, a family with a young boy, probably about 5, was seated at the table next to us. I was dismayed.
Oh, Lord.
You were dismayed?
They got out the thesaurus to write this one.
Oh, my God. I was dismayed, but I decided I was not going to show my frustration. However, the boy was very noisy from almost the moment he sat down, and his parents did not seem like they were going to keep him quiet. As the evening went on, I got more and more angry at this disruption of what should have been a pleasant evening with friends. Eventually, the boy started getting out of his car and running around his table. At one point, I decided to excuse myself to the restroom, and that's when it happened. As I got up and started towards the restroom, the kid was out of his chair. I was walking past the table, and he, not paying attention, ran out and bumped into my leg. At that point, I snapped and shouted at him, "Get away from me, you stupid idiot." Oh my God.
That's like really harsh.
He started crying and ran back to his mom. Both of his parents started yelling at me, saying, "How dare you call their precious children an idiot?" I yelled back, saying that they should control their child better and that someone could have gotten hurt. As we argued, everyone in the restaurant started looking at us, and eventually a manager came over and threatened to kick us out. By this point, the evening was ruined, and my friends and I just paid our checks and left. My friends told me later that they thought I was an asshole for going off like I did. I think maybe I should not have said what I did, but I was frustrated at that the parents of the child just let him disrupt everything. What do you think? Am I the asshole?
How old is he again?
Absolutely. This man is 32.
You're 32 and you can't grow the fuck up to be in a restaurant with a kid.
Are you fucking kidding
You're not going to be able to avoid kids all your life. You need to go seek help.
You need to seek help.
You can't be around a kid in a restaurant and let a kid run around for a second. If he's not hurting you, he bumped into your leg. So be like, uh-oh, like.
We're literally, uh-oh.
Like, oh,
excuse
uh-oh.
me.
Like, yeah, like, oh, excuse me.
Right.
And like that will be enough for the kids to be like, oh my shit, I need to go sit down.
Right.
Not like, you stupid idiot.
That's nasty and rude. Honestly, as a bystander, if I saw that shit happening, I would start yelling at the
I would start looking for the camera to be like, okay, where, like,
Clearly,
who is filming?
Right.
Like, where, like, oh, crazy. Like that is such an insane thing.
That is very true. I would probably, I honestly.
Get away from me, you stupid idiot. Also, are we in elementary school?
You stupid idiot.
If I was an adult and a kid ran into me, I'd be like, get away, you fucking idiot.
Whoa.
Not you stupid idiot.
I just think that if I were a 32-year-old man with a 32-year-old man vocabulary, I would have been like, excuse me, young one, could you please move away from me?
Are we in the 1800s?
Because you're 36. Like,
if I was 36, I would literally be like, oh, like, excuse me, you okay?
I would honestly think that this would never happen to me because I'm like Snow White with animals and children. They are attracted to me.
Kendall doesn't want to have kids, but Kendall is great with children. And I would also argue I'm also great with kids. So that wouldn't, I would not.
Would never faze me in a million years.
Now, as soon as we got out of the restaurant, I'd be like, oh my God, that fucking kid. Like, could they not get it to sit down or something? Like, please.
Because I can't stand when a kid is moving around. I get it. But like, you don't yell at a fucking kid. That's especially not related to you in any capacity whatsoever. This is someone's random ass child. You don't know.
This is so funny because this is reminding me of the thing that went viral on Twitter like a few months ago about the bar that was like 18 and up or something. Like they didn't want to have kids, and everyone had to get their think pieces on Twitter about like, so I just can't believe it about it. And it's like, it's a bar.
Yeah.
Like, why would you like
your kid to a
leave your kid? It's like, And like, I'm so sorry, but like, if I want to go to like a family friendly place and also get alcohol, like that has children there, I'll go to Chili's.
Absolutely.
If I want to go to a bar, I want to maybe like be able, because then if I'm like around a kid, I don't filter myself in a situation like that. Like if it's a bar or like a place that's meant for adults, like 18 up, like a bar.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like filter myself and not like watch my mouth and watch what I say. But at the same time, I'm going to think in my head of like, okay, if like those parents hear me say like, fuck, shit, piss, damn, cunt, asshole.
They cannot get mad at me.
You like, don't come for me. Your kid, you brought your kid into this place,
you're
hon.
An idiot who brought your kid into a bar. So there's accountability to be had in certain spaces. But this sounds like a fucking regular ass restaurant.
This had to have been a finance bro. I'll be so real with you.
I just don't understand what the disdain is about being in public ass spaces with kids. Like, I get it. Kids can be so fucking annoying sometimes, but like keep it to yourself.
Keep it to yourself and like do what we do and save it for when you get home or the group chat or the podcast. Literally. Now, has there ever been a time when a child has just done you dirty up one side and down the other? Because didn't something happen to you last week or something with a kid?
Did something happen to me last week?
I could have sworn you said something in the group chat about it.
Do you remember?
No. Some lady and her kid, and she wasn't controlling the kid. It was like yelling or something.
That couldn't have been me. Last week?
Maybe it was the week before.
Where was I?
No clue. Well, let's pretend I didn't say that then.
I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. But
I'm going to head on out. So you guys will never see me back here again. Kendall will never have me back after that.
No,
What do the comments say?
The comments were overall verdict, you're the asshole.
Yeah.
You're the asshole. If an adult had accidentally bumped into you, I doubt you would have yelled at them or called them a stupid idiot.
Whoa, buddy. You know?
Right. You don't have to enjoy children or spend a lot of time with them, but you do have to tolerate their existence, and you don't get to be dismayed that one sits at a nearby table in a public space. You were mad about the kid before he did even anything. I can't judge if the noise level was excessive or if you just decided anything this kid was going to do would piss you off.
Right.
But your reaction is clearly over the top. Someone else says, you're the asshole. And I say this as someone who doesn't like kids either. So trust me when I say you are unbelievably a massive asshole. No one likes ill-behaved kids at restaurants. No one likes loud crying kids or when kids are allowed to run around like it's a playground, barring restaurants with actual playgrounds, but that's on us to avoid. But yelling at this kid and calling him a stupid idiot was completely uncalled for. It was so far out of line that I don't even give a shit what his parents were allowing him to do. You blew whatever high ground you may have had to stand on to smithereens. Your behavior was worse than the child and his parents, and you ought to be deeply ashamed of yourself. And I say this as a person who won't have kids, who's refused to babysit, who tries to find ways to get out of interacting with kids and has such a strong response to screaming kids. It literally makes me see stars and gives me a headache. You do not get to treat children like that. You are the person who ruined the evening. Like they put periods in between everything.
Period.
You do not get to choose. Honestly, I feel like I just got scolded at and I didn't even do anything. I was like,
well, I mean, I never say anything about like a child or anything in public. I'm just like, oh my God, like that is crazy.
I literally just make a face. I'm like,
or like I'll make eye contact. Like if I'm with Kendall or something, I'll just be like,
right.
And then we'll keep it moving and grooving, honey.
Yep. I would never say anything to a child.
Mm-mm.
Like I said, if I saw this happen in real life, I think I would have something to say to the 32-year-old. I think I'd be like, hey.
Like, whoa.
Whoa.
Shout out to his friends for being like, you're kind of an asshole, buddy.
Honestly, if I was at the table with him, I would have been like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, are you actually good? In fact, I don't even want to be seen with you because people are going to think I'm a freak. We're like,
that's
leaving.
Just so crazy to the point that the manager had to get involved and be like, if you don't stop, I'm going to ask you to leave.
Yeah, like, why were you yelling at the
Which
kids'
also, are you going to ask me to leave before I pay or?
Right. Because I'll just grab my Parmesan
I'll grab my shit and head on out, honey. Throw a creme brulee in the bag and let's go.
Out. Yeah, literally.
Jesus.
I'm glad that there used to be a time where I was like a social justice warrior for all the kids, especially on the bus. You know, I couldn't stand bullying. I was a big fan of defending people that were getting bullied.
The Hillary Duff commercial, that's you.
Huge. That was me all day long. Except I was on Facebook and I was on the bus. I was in person. I was
oh
everywhere.
My God.
I was yelling. I would yell at people. I'd be like, I heard that you were bullying so and so. Well, guess fucking what? And I would go crazy.
I know guidance counselors loved you.
They did. They said somebody's got to do it. It's not going to be us. There was one kid. I'll never forget you, Kyle. Kyle's fucking bitch made ass. I remember one time I made a Facebook post and I was saying, because I found out kids were doing drugs. Specifically, they were like smoking weed, but I also had definitely heard kids were doing like drugs in the 8th grade.
Right.
I made a Facebook post about it. I was like, hey, I heard that some of y'all are doing drugs. And I just want to let you know that if you need a safe space or anyone to talk to, I'm here. You know, you don't have to resort to that. And I'm in fucking 8th grade. Okay, I know it's stupid. I know it's so cringe, but like, whatever. I'm kind. Kyle's gonna get in my fucking comments and be like, no one's doing drugs, you fucking idiot. Like, I'm serious. And I literally responded back. I was like, suck a dick, Kyle. Fuck you and go to hell, Kyle. People are doing drugs. In fact, I have my sources correct. Fuck you, Kyle. Literally fuck you, Kyle.
Oh my God.
And still fuck you, Kyle. Fuck you, Kyle. Because you literally pissed me off so fucking bad. And I know you were bullying kids and you were literally talking shit about me. And I know you think that I was ugly, but look who's ugly now. It's you, Kyle.
Kyle, do you listen to the show? Care to comment?
Kyle definitely listens to the show. I know for a fact Kyle listens to the show.
Is their real name Kyle?
Yes.
Oh, hi.
I'm still looking at you, Kyle. No, there's no way Kyle listens to the show, man.
That's what I was about to say. I was like,
it
sounds like y'all are.
Point is I was a social justice warrior and I did not give a flying fuck who you were. If I found out you were bullying people, I was like on your ass. I was on your ass. Ask anyone who went to middle school with me. They'll tell you.
The Megan Thee Stallion fucking thing, the meme. It's offensive for nerds.
For nerds everywhere.
To nerds, whatever she said. You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave the nerds alone. Moving on. Leave kids alone. Ooh, fuck them kids, but also like everybody was so mean today. These stories
were awful. Next time I'm on here, we have to do something like fun and uplifting.
Well, Ashlyn did leave a producer's note saying that some of these stories like were really sad or like, so these were the more like lighter, crazier stories.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. She was like, every time I typed in daughter or like son or like kid, it was like sad. I was like, because the one that inspired me was the one that I showed you yesterday about, and I don't know if y'all remember this, there was a story that we did and it was this 16-year-old had purposefully ruined her aunt's $20,000 coat for like social media clout.
Got 5 views before she had to take it down.
And got in trouble with the sister.
And lost her car because of it.
And lost her car. So that was really funny and tea. But yeah, we wanted stories like that was going to be like, well, duh, the kid's in the wrong. But it just seems like none of the kids were really necessarily wrong.
None of the kids were in the wrong.
None of the kids were in the wrong today. It was really just the adults. So it does go to show that these adults don't know how to raise kids. And that's why most of us don't want children.
I'm not having children. I'll hang out with your kid.
Can you imagine raising a little Darius?
I can't imagine raising anything other than a plant, to be quite honest with you, dear.
I'm not even raising that.
No. You tried and you killed the one I gave you. So.
Well, with that being said, everyone, thanks for watching this episode.
Absolutely.
If you liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up on YouTube. Rate us 5 stars on Apple, Spotify. Yeah. Rate us 5 stars on Apple, Spotify, and send it to a friend.
Everywhere. Send it to a friend
who needs some free birth control.
Family member.
Yeah, who has children or doesn't.
Coworker.
Who has children or doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get them talking.
Make sure that they know that Not That Serious is the show to listen to. I'm really excited to be back in the stew. You guys, I don't know. This episode was something else because I just am always reminded that when it comes to like having kids, even though it's a big fucking deal, it's not that serious.
I didn't know that's where we were going.
Well, bye,
bye, you guys.